Hello, hello, hello. What a delight it is for you to be here today. I am Lady Bishop Kathy Kiuna, and this is Woman Without Limits. And you know what? Some of our guests are men because we are woman without limits. They're not limited. Now you get it. I'm so delighted that you're here. We've been bringing you amazing stories, as you know, and thank you so much for all your feedback. And just interacting with us helps us a lot to even know how we are affecting and impacting your lives. That's what Woman Without Limit is about, by the way. We're not just here to tell stories, and no, we're here to edify you and to shift you, to lift you up from where you are and catapult you to where you ought to be. That's what Woman Without Limits is about. And that's why we tell you stories of people, amazing people that you all see and love, but we tell you where they're coming from so that you can know that your story too will be told. And I thank God for all of you that have been writing to me and telling me, my story will be told. I'm from Dubai, I'm from Germany, I'm from Australia, I'm from Canada, and my story will be told. Yes, it will. And so today we are delighted. My goodness, let me tell you, you better buckle your safety belt because the gentleman that's coming to this show today, he's going to be such a blessing. His name is Apostle Pete Odera.
It's so wonderful to be here with you.
So good to have you.
I am so excited, so honored, so blessed. I know we are friends, but what a privilege. What a privilege to be here.
Thank you. And you know we are friends for many years.
Yes.
Before any of us became anything.
And this is such a funny story that I almost came into your family.
You know?
Yes.
You know?
Sipped tea.
Sip water. You know?
Yeah, because I met your younger sister before I met you. And then before I met your late husband, I met your late husband.
Yeah.
We'd gone to a youth camp. And, in the youth camp, we had two different teams. He was the captain of one team, I was the captain of the other.
What?
Absolutely.
That long ago?
That long ago.
Oh, my goodness.
Youth camp, yeah.
I didn't even know that part.
Yeah, no,
You
I know
met?
you. Yeah.
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 Wow. Yeah. So you knew all of us before.
Yes.
And then my small sister,
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
You are to be a member of the family.
God had other plans. God had other plans. God had other plans.
And you and my brother were friends.
Yes, we
as
were
well.
friends. Yes.
You even sang for his wedding.
Yeah.
You sang.
Sang at his wedding.
You sang at his wedding.
I knew your sister, your brother, and then the bishop before
Yeah.
you guys got married.
Before we even got married, before you got married,
Yeah.
I mean, we've come a mighty long way.
It's a long
and it's been
way.
a beautiful journey.
What a blessing.
What a
I'm
blessing.
so encouraged by what I see. I was visiting last Sunday.
Yeah.
It was such a blessing to be here
It
with
was
you
so
and
powerful.
Bishop Tudor and Pastor Chichi. What a blessing.
It was so powerful.
Yeah.
And I did a show with Bishop Tudor.
Oh,
and he
phenomenal.
was such a blessing. You must
Amen.
watch it on Woman Without Limits with
Excellent.
Bishop Tudor. He's a global voice. I mean,
Yes.
oh my gosh, that man. And such a general,
Yeah.
and yet so humble.
Yes.
And you've also known him for many years.
Absolutely. I met him here. It's 21 years now.
21 years.
I met him at JCC when we had come and we
Yeah.
were so broken when we
Yeah.
started attending
Yeah.
JCC.
Yes.
And there was just Tuliko Tumeporomosh. There were so many things.
Umekwaruswa in every way.
Yeah, but look at God.
But look at God.
Yeah, look at
But
God.
just before we get on to that,
Yeah.
I want us to get to know
Sure.
Apostle. Before you were Apostle,
Yes,
we're going all the way back. All the way.
we're gonna go back.
We go back. So I want to know from the foundation,
Right.
who is Pete?
So before I became Reverend, Doctor, Apostle, all those things that people call me, I was just Pete. I was born in 1969. My late dad, an amazing man. He just happened to be the speechwriter for our first vice president. So he was writing speeches. Our first vice president, of course, you remember, is Jaramogi Oginga Odinga.
Right.
So as he was writing these speeches, the fallout between Jaramogi and Kenyatta affected our family. So 2 months after I was born, there was an incident in Kisumu, and that incident had all sorts of things. It's in the history books now. And people died, and the president blamed the vice president for all this chaos.
Fracas.
The fracas.
Is it the one that they threw eggs, rotten eggs?
Yes, and other things. Yeah.
And many other things.
And many other things.
Like, yeah, okay.
So I only heard about it, read about it, because I was just being born at the time. And of course the fallout. If you grow up anywhere in Africa and you happen to be in the opposition in post-colonial Africa, it's not been pretty. I mean, in some countries now, being in the opposition is just a mess.
Yeah.
So my dad was arrested, along with Jaramogi, along with many of the others, and spent a considerable time in detention without trial.
Meanwhile, he was just writing for him.
He was just writing speeches. Yeah, and it wasn't anything that he did wrong. It's just this. So he, J.D. Kali, Dennis, what was his name? I forget now. Several of these guys who now became family friends were in detention. So I didn't know my dad for a long time. I had started walking, talking. I think I was almost 3.
While he was still in detention?
I was 2. I think I was 2 when he came out. So I didn't know him. I didn't know him at the beginning. In fact, they tell me that when he first came, I was kind of like,
who are you? Introduce yourself.
Yeah. So I'm the middle child. So my elder sister, myself, and my younger brother.
Yeah.
But my brother, of course, hadn't been born.
That brother of yours is younger.
He's young.
The pastor.
The big. So Reverend Gowi Odera is my big younger brother.
He's your big younger brother.
He's the baby. Can't you tell?
I thought you were the baby.
No,
I can't.
No.
What?
No.
He is the one who's younger
so
than
Nelly's
you.
the older. I'm the sandwich. I'm the meat end.
The middle child. I'm a middle child.
Yeah.
Let's party.
Exactly. So
the middle children. We won't even go into that because if we try, this show will be middle children.
Middle children only. So while Dad was in detention, so my mom is almost like a single mother, and she has to fend for herself. So we went to live with her uncle, who was a professor at the University of Nairobi, the late Professor Simeon Ominde. And Professor Simeon, of course, now he had kids who were my mom's cousins and everything. They had a band. So they had a band. And this band was Black Savage. So the Black Savage was this band that was led by my uncle Gordon Ominde. It had, at one point, I think Jack Odongo, but his sister, Ayub Seda, Barak, Achieng, there were several other people in that band. I mean, these are big names in Kenyan music history.
Like Jack Odongo, my goodness.
So this was like a big deal. They were a big deal. They recorded this song, Kothbiro. So that's the original writers of this song.
Of the Kothbiro?
Yeah.
Ebu sing a bit we hear.
Kothbiro, terurudo kedala. Kothbiro, terurudo kedala. So that song became a big song for them.
Yeah.
And then he moved to Germany. That song has been recorded again by Ayub Seda. It's been sampled, was used in the movie The Constant Gardener. It's been sampled by Rick Ross. It's been sampled by Kanye West.
Wow.
They use my uncle's song.
Your uncle's.
My uncle's song.
And you're just here sitting politely and humbly.
So that was my exposure to music. So I was immersed
in music from that time.
From when I was 0.
You were little. You were
crawling around. So, but of course now this is the balance because my father's in detention.
Yeah.
When he came out, he was still being harassed. The police would come to our house, search, turn the house upside down, all sorts of mad things. And my mom and dad would just, we found this out later.
Yeah.
Come back and find the furniture is rearranged. And we thought, oh, you moved the furniture.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it was the cops who had come and
harakished them.
Yeah, so it was serious? And then it was very difficult for my dad to get work. Very, very difficult.
Because of what they'd done to him?
Number one, but secondly because the way Kenya was structured, and I've tried to explain to my daughters since, the way Kenya was structured at that time meant that if you weren't aligned with the government of the day,
You are the opposite.
you were
Opposition
and
and
you couldn't get anything. You couldn't go to good schools. You couldn't. Sometimes you couldn't eat. Basically you were out there. I remember when
Oh
the
my
former
goodness.
prime minister was in jail,
Yeah.
and my dad literally had to take food to Ida. She was a teacher at Kenya High. She actually taught my wife at Kenya High School, and we'd have to take food to the family, because sometimes they just make it so they made it very difficult. So that was the Kenya we lived in at that time. So I grew up a child of protest, a child of the opposition. We lived up the road from the late Professor Wangari Maathai.
Yeah.
She was one of our neighbors. On the other street was Achieng Oneko, freedom fighter, and not too far from that was Ponge. And we were their kids in school.
So you were surrounded by politicians, basically.
Surrounded by Kenyan history. This was Kenyan history. We didn't know, because these were people we were constantly in touch with. So this was my social setting, but also my musical setting. So that I'm growing up in this setting, not understanding that there's a future coming. And so
just enjoying the moment.
Yeah, well, you just live through it. I mean, I didn't have a choice.
Right.
I didn't have a choice. I was in the opposition.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice at the time. My dad was there, so we were an opposition family, with the difficulties, with the tapped phones. People don't even know, because we didn't have mobile phones at the time. So you had a phone and it was
the house
tapped.
phones, yeah.
Yeah, house phones, and security was listening. So my dad had to use code. So you're saying when there's supposed to be a meeting, he'd give me a newspaper or something and say, please go and give this newspaper to the mzee, to mzee Achieng Oneko,
right,
and tell him I need it back at 4. So this was code. I learned later.
This code was let him be here at 4 for a meeting.
For a meeting with Jaramogi.
Wow.
It was amazing. And so suddenly you'd see at 4 now, all these guys converging
gathered
for a secret.
Did you even put 2 and 2 together at that time?
Later is when I got it. But that's the Kenya we lived in.
Right.
So it was a very difficult, even though I didn't feel it was difficult at the time, but it was an extremely difficult childhood. I can't imagine what my mom was going through.
And your dad, yeah.
And my dad was constantly being arrested, then released, then bailed out. So some of these guys were there now. James Orengo were in our house. PLO, Lumumba were in our house. These are people we know.
You grew up with the boss people. Hey! Giants. Okay.
Madongo. Capital letters only.
Madung. All of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
These are personal family friends. Professor Nyang and his wife. In fact, his wife, she said at my mom's funeral, she said that my mom, I didn't get it until the funeral last year, that my mom was her mentor. And I began to understand why, because my mom was the matriarch of these political wives, political opposition wives. So she was setting a mold for how opposition women need to carry themselves.
Right.
So these other younger women were watching her. And so I just found this to be, and we're finding this out later. I only found this out last year.
Right.
After my mom died. So
that was a difficult childhood.
It was, but I didn't know I was... I didn't know I was having a difficult childhood. You live in middle class, and the middle class Nairobi, where we lived was middle class Nairobi, but without middle class money. So you know all these people, you know how to speak proper English, but you're living like as though you might as well.
The pocket and the English are not matching.
We might as well have lived in Eastlands.
In the low.
Yeah.
Wow.
We might as well have been your late husband's neighbor.
In the slum. He was in the slum. What?
But somehow we were able to, my mom was able to just make it work.
So she was working?
She had to get a job. There was no other way.
So she was covering also for your
supporting,
father?
yeah. So, because now after my dad came, and I pieced this together later, after my dad came out of detention, something happened to him and he became an alcoholic. So I grew up with
Pete,
an
please
alcoholic father.
stop.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I grew up with an alcoholic father.
So he was, do you think he was damaged by all
He
the
absolutely was.
hullabaloos?
He absolutely was. My dad, even after he wrote his book and whatever, never talked about his detention. Never. He said, I went to detention. That's it. He never said to anyone what happened inside. I don't know a single person who is alive now who knows what was going on. Unless you
He
hear.
did not even tell your mom,
I think he did.
but she said nothing as well. So you don't even know to date.
It was bad.
What?
I just know that it was bad. I know that there was obviously torture, there was obviously all sorts of beatings and what have you, but that's it. And then she had to look for him because they weren't telling her where he was. It turns out that he's in Lodwar. Another day CG is where.
So they kept shifting him. And she had no clue.
So some people, I think it was people like Dalmas Otieno and some other guys would help her figure out
Where?
Because she has two small children.
Yeah.
She has two small children.
Your older sister and you.
Yeah.
At that time.
We're tiny.
Right.
So where is she going? Where do you even start looking for this? What? So that was difficult. But somewhere along the way, I went to primary school not far from here, the Hospital Hill Primary School.
Yeah.
My dad insisted that we needed to be in a multicultural school.
Because at that time, I know Hospital Hill was full of whites.
Yeah, it had a lot of Muzungus, Muhindis, people from all over the world.
All over the world.
So I had friends who were...
my small sister was there.
Oh. No, I didn't notice
She was there. She came later, of course. She came later. She's younger.
Yes.
But she was also in Hospital Hill.
So so we were in Hospital Hill with all these our teachers. So my speech became even better because
the teacher is white.
The teachers were Jungus. The headmaster was Kikuyu man, Mr. Njoroge.
Yeah.
But now he replaced Mr. Cutler, who was our American headmaster. He used to come and play guitar for us for the first 2 or 3 years that I was in primary.
Right.
Then he was replaced by Mr. Njoroge, who then was an amazing administrator. A strict man.
Strict. Didn't joke with you people.
Peter Odera.
Come here, I deal with you. And you know, they used to deal with us. They used to beat us.
If you ended up in his office, there was no... You didn't come out of that place with you say, I'm sorry. There was no sorry. There was just...
You must be spanked.
Yes. So there was discipline, but there was such a good quality education for a city council school.
Yeah.
So we got a very high level of really good education in a city council school. At that time, government schools were fantastic. If you went to a private school, it was almost always because there were very few very good private schools.
Right.
So maybe you had Strathmore, Kianda, and maybe St. Mary's, which were the... they brought out really great results. Even St. Mary's at that time struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
But the best schools were government schools, so people
and they were
competed.
Amazing.
They were fantastic schools.
They were fantastic.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. Even the quality of the headmasters and the headmistresses,
phenomenal.
It was phenomenal. Amazing in those days.
So somewhere in that journey, around 1979, two ladies came into my life that changed. One lady was Miss. Well, let me say there's two opportunities that came that year. Mr. Mbudia, who was our geography teacher, I don't know what happened. I really don't know. But he called me out and said, "Let me bring all your books." So I brought my books. So I thought obviously I was in trouble.
Of course.
Because I was in trouble. So I brought the books. And he's looking through the books. He said, okay. And what they were doing was assembling a team for the junior quiz. So there's a TV program that would come, junior quiz.
The junior quiz, yes.
And so he formed the team. I was on, I think, the second team, the first team or the second team. I think it was whatever it was, but I was on the Hospital Hill Primary School junior quiz team. So there was, I think, 6 of us, Rayola and Nundo Osanya, the twins, Bronya Elderkin, Shauja Patel, Rumina Hassan Ali, Tajuddin Parker, Tero, and myself and Justice Money. 9 of us, I think there was.
Right.
I remember all of them.
You remember all of them?
Yeah, I'm in touch with most of them.
Wow.
And
so he called you to be among them.
Yeah, so we'd go to the thing and we won. Of course, that year we came out as, did I say of course? Oops.
It's of course.
So-
you know, it's a lakeside in you that is...
Still saying the fish. Maybe it's the fish. So we ended up,
Yeah.
I was a really smart kid. So when I got through primary school,
So that's why the teacher came and picked your
that
books.
is why I was being called out. I thought I was in trouble, Kumbe. I was being set up for television.
So you started
be asked-
television things when you were little.
9, 10 years old. My first time I came onto Kenyan TV was to be asked hard math and English questions. English, no problem.
Yeah.
Math. So math is the only one I got an A minus in, but everything else I got A.
A minus.
A minus.
In math,
I did
and,
so
that,
badly.
and that you did
I
badly.
did badly.
Please just...
I struggled
Why
with
did I
math.
bring you on this show to come and embarrass us?
So,
Eh?
so by the time
Math for some of us who hadn't the...
came in and what, yeah. So
Wow.
So by the time, and it's because really that A minus
Yeah.
was because of Mrs. Ray and Mrs. Moy, who tutored us. We'd show up at 7 in the morning and go to class before 8:15. So for an hour, we're doing the practice.
So let me ask you. You said that your father became an alcoholic immediately he came out of detention.
Yes.
What was that like at home?
It was a struggle. My father was a phenomenal guy, incredible intellectual, and he's the one who taught us how to think, how to reason, how to place your thoughts properly. He said, if you don't know how to speak English properly, if you don't know, you can be a genius and die poor.
So he said you better know what Bishop Bismarck was teaching us the other day.
So
That
you
we-
spoke properly. We
You
said,
spoke
"He's
properly."
doing it by purpose." No. Say this again. Say he's doing it on purpose. Meanwhile, I'm trying to report my brother.
Yeah.
He's doing it by purpose.
But
He's doing
repeat.
it on
On.
purpose. Say purpose. Purpose.
on.
Not
Not
knowing
by.
that that was preparing me for the global stage, where now you'd be on the stages and they don't understand Kenyan English. And this is not I'm not dogging on anyone. It's that there's some platforms you'll go on and you will,
Because when you're talking, you
Yeah.
must communicate.
Yes.
That's what the whole idea of talking
Yeah.
is, to communicate. So if you're not communicating,
Yes.
then you're not doing the job.
You're not doing the job.
You lose a lot of opportunities.
Correct.
Because you can't communicate.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So he was very strict on that.
super articulate, great guy.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Your mom must have been very affected by that.
Absolutely. But my mom was tough. I mean, you know how those old school moms were. Mom was tough. And so they would argue. I mean, like, you know, and so sometimes it was royal. But Dad wasn't a physical man. So he did his best.
Yeah.
And so my dad didn't like arguing. He didn't really like arguing. I mean, he made his point and left it.
So even if he was an alcoholic, he was still...
So you see, there's a picture
Yeah.
of alcoholics, of violence,
Yes.
and
That's why I'm asking. That's why
womanizing,
I'm asking this.
Violence and
Yeah.
womanizing. He wasn't like that. He was committed.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's how he lived his life.
So he liked the bottle, but that's all.
He tried his best to leave it.
Did he ever go through counseling to try and help and leave?
Which counseling? Please remember that we're living through the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
We're an opposition family. So even if there's counseling,
You can't get it.
you can't afford. The shoe has holes. God bless. God bless us, baby.
Were you angry?
Later I found, there's things that you go through therapy and you realize I was holding something inside that I had no idea that I was dealing with. This is bottled up resentment and trauma that I realized this was trauma from childhood that was extremely traumatic. And going through counseling to realize that I grew up with perpetual anxiety. So when the Bible, one of my best verses for me is Philippians 4.
Be anxious for nothing.
Do not be. I literally have had on many occasions to talk to myself and say, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, through prayer and supplication.
With thanksgiving.
Make your requests known to God. And the peace of God, verse 7, the peace of God that surpasses all understanding.
Shall guard your heart and mind.
So if I look like I'm chilled, it is Philippians 4.
Or you would speak it to yourself so that you calm down.
Right. And so so while this trauma is going on and everything, God was designing a plan. I was 8 or 9 years old when there's a lady called Mrs. Roberts that would come. She was a Scottish missionary, would come to the school every Thursday and do what they call Bible Club. And that Bible Club, she would teach about Jesus. She'd teach about Jesus and make, introduce kids to the Bible, introduce kids to Jesus. And one of those days, she came and she said, which one of you would like to give their life to Jesus? And I gave my little heart to Jesus one of those days.
When you were 9.
Yeah. So that woman changed my life. So Mrs. Roberts, God bless you. She's still alive. She's still in Kenya.
She's still alive in Kenya.
Yeah, still in Kenya.
Wow. You say 2 of them.
Yes.
So that was one.
That was one woman.
Yeah.
The second woman, same year, I was 9, was an American missionary. She was called Mrs. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers was, so my mom started attending Nairobi Baptist Church. So when she started attending Nairobi...
And you remember we met there also, so young.
Sips tea.
Sip.
X-Files. Just leave those X-Files. Hide them somewhere.
You know?
So, Mrs. Rogers would every year do a presentation with the kids.
Yeah.
For some reason, she called me.
Yeah.
I think one of the kids who was doing one part went missing. Of course, Nairobi Baptist, again, was very cosmopolitan. It had many Muzungus, many whatever, missionaries, people from everywhere. So this, I think he was Liberian, went missing. Yeah. And Mrs. Roberts called me. She gave me a little cassette player with the tape inside. She said, I've cued the tape to the song you're supposed to learn. Go and learn this song. Yeah. You're going to sing this song over the weekend. So I took the tape player on Sunday for next Sunday. Right. And I learned the song during the week. I think we met during the week again. Yeah. But then I learned the song. And I had this part in that Christmas play at Nairobi Baptist Church. That was the first time that I sang in public. 600 people, and I was singing a solo. And I was some hungry people.
Oh yeah,
it was feeding some hungry people. It's the feeding of the 5,000. And what an amazing thing! And they said, "Wow!"
And
look
you
at
were
this kid.
not scared. You just stood there and did your thing.
Bishop, let me tell you something. I was born for this thing. I was born a performer. My aunties, my cousins, all those who knew me will tell you, I was 4 years old dancing in the house. I was putting on the Michael Jackson records, dancing, Dunyo Miel. These guys,
Dunyo Miel.
Yeah, Dunyo Miel.
So, you know, I know I do a song. Did you hear me? I sang it the other day.
You keep singing this song.
I gotta get So you started from a young age?
I was writing songs from as soon as I could write. My sister tells me that is what was happening.
What?
As soon as nobody... Listen, I didn't go to school to learn the instruments. I taught myself. Drums first, then guitar, then keyboards, then bass.
You mean you can play music?
I taught myself all these instruments. So this music journey started when I was really small.
What? And you were enjoying it, you loved it together with your uncles now?
Correct.
Okay. Now, fast forward, you finished primary, then
to high
went
school.
where?
So I went to, so even though I qualified to go to Linana or to Alliance,
You did,
I did not.
but you qualified.
I qualified. That's another story for another day because my name was Odera. It's just the truth. Kids who I beat landed in Lenana and Alliance. Corruption didn't start today. This is a thing that was there in 1982, by 1982 when I was doing my CP. So I qualified 3 A's or 2 A's and an A minus. Maybe it was the A minus. 2 A's and an A minus did not land me in
Lenana.
or Alliance or Nairobi School. So this is part of the trauma. So the trauma, so you see, this is the funny thing is that the government was sitting on Jaramogi and my dad, but it was affecting their kids. So there's a generation of kids who either grow up with alcoholism, some form of trauma or other. And so that's really what we suffered. So then so I ended up going to Cardinal Otunga High School,
Yeah.
which I think saved my life. Because if I had gone to a Nairobi school, I promise you, I would not be sitting here today.
You would have finished.
Uh-huh.
Eh?
I have friends who are in those schools who are dead today. They're dead.
Because they went into all manner of
because
lifestyles.
of all manner of lifestyle
choices.
Yeah. And those were my classmates. Those were my year mates. Those are people that I knew. And if I had gone, because still, I went to Cardinal Otunga.
Yeah.
I went to Kakamega High for my A-levels. But please, I was born again. But the truth is, I smoked it. I drank. Give me anything. It was smoked. It was drunk. I did it. I did it very well.
Eh. While now you are in that school.
While in school. You like this story? Listen.
You went into all those.
Is it cigarettes? Is it weed? Is it what have you?
Is it alcohol?
Is it alcohol? Is it drugs? Is it other things?
You are involved.
I was.
You are part of the team.
Powerfully. The Lord allowed me.
Yes.
The Lord allowed
Now you put the Lord
Yeah,
there.
He allowed me to taste and see that He is good. To taste and see that He is good. Because, I mean, listen, I completely enjoyed going to Carnival, to the clubs, because at 7, I just like that. You know, once the music comes on,
Yes.
and DJ Babs
You
is
and me
running,
both.
So all of those songs were coming, and
Just
I
got
just
paid Friday night. Jesus.
dancing till the breaker down.
Of course.
Because I really enjoyed the music. Some people enjoyed getting high. I didn't enjoy getting high, to be honest. TBH. I didn't enjoy getting high.
Yeah.
I just loved the music. I loved the music and dancing.
Me, I can't believe that we were in the same WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Because that was my joy as well.
Yeah.
Just leave me on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And I will dance from the beginning
Yeah.
till
the
the
end.
DJ goes home.
Yeah. So now when they put the slow songs,
Hey.
you know, there's that 11 or I don't know, whatever time, they now put the slow songs. Bro.
Now you go and sip.
Yeah.
You go and take your sips. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So you did all that?
My neighbor was a DJ.
Yeah.
My neighbor was a DJ. One side was a DJ. Please remember, my uncles and aunts have a band. This band is not singing Jesus songs.
Yeah, of course.
No.
Eh?
So I was exposed very early. My father's an alcoholic. People used to come to our house and just drink every weekend.
Yeah.
Every weekend.
In the house.
Yes.
With your parents.
Yes.
So where?
Yeah. So
Where was hope?
Yeah, there was no hope. That's why I say Mrs. Rogers was just at the right time.
She was sent
this
by
is
God.
Preteen. If I had not met that lady, somehow God had to save me, so that by the time I'm going into high school, I at least know Jesus.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't, I wouldn't.
You would never have.
I would have been lost forever.
That's
so the Lord sent this Scottish missionary
Yeah.
and this American lady to help me to really shape what I was going to become in the future. So as I was going through high school, I was tormented by everything. In fact, I became suicidal as I was going into my A levels.
Because of wow.
Yeah. So I became suicidal. I
Yeah.
said, no, I want to take my own life.
Yeah.
And somewhere
Jesus.
at 18, something happened. Now I remember. I realized later that kumbe, what I was going through made my mom pray. Because my mom was a backslidden Christian. She met my dad at her bash.
Yeah.
So my strapping, dashing, handsome father.
Yes.
They met. So they were living their life. I mean,
Yes.
they were just doing these things. So she was away from the Lord at that time. In fact, she always said to people, she says, "Oh, you brought up such great men of God." She said, "You guys don't understand. It's my kids who saved my life."
It's the other way around.
Yeah. So she started to pray. And God started answering her prayers. And I just started to see the light. And I turned from facing the clubs one day to not facing the clubs the next day. It was almost day and night. I made a radical change and I started chasing Jesus.
You just turned around. As a youth.
Yeah.
A young man.
As a young person. So I know exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
we were in worship team
Yes.
at the same time. Last night, just got paid in the morning. Bless the Lord, oh my soul.
You are just changing the tunes.
So now when I became a pastor, I could tell. I said, I know where this one has been. Nishakwa huko. Nakupata, nakucheki. Cheza ukimaliza. Tupatane huko nyuma.
Tuonge, because I know.
Yeah.
I know where you've been.
But you see, what the Lord allowed me to, and one lady came to me once, she said, I've never met a pastor who openly said that he smoked weed. I said, this was my testimony.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that made her come to our church.
Wow. Wow.
So the journey...
Isn't it amazing? And you know, that's what Women Without Limits is actually all about.
Wow.
Because see, when you share your story, when you tell people where you're coming from and be real,
Yeah.
you deliver so many.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they look at this guy and they're like, how can I ever achieve that?
Yeah.
But when you say, listen,
Yes.
I was brought
Been
up by
there.
an alcoholic
Yes.
father.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
rowdy.
Yes.
I have gone through this.
I
and
was
that
not a virgin
and,
when I got married.
you know, and we are coming to that. We are coming to to being chased from churches. We are coming.
Yeah.
So, so that started changing your
so
mind.
as a I'm going into adulthood, and it's like the Holy Spirit just arrested me and just started doing something to me. And that's the year I met your husband.
Yeah.
Just it was like night and day. And the thing that happened is Kimani, who became my best man, was living the same life. He was in Lenana. And that's how I know that if I was in Lenana, I would have been in the same boat. At 16, because he was a year younger than me, at 16, the doctors said to him, listen, my friend, you are going to die.
Yeah.
Stop drinking.
Yeah.
So we met at this youth camp. So we said, this is the last, we went to the last Kani.
Yeah.
We've gone to the
To
last
finish,
one.
to say bye.
Yeah, we are finished. So we went to the last one. And then a couple of weeks later, we were at youth camp.
So for real, you were saying bye. Like this is the last.
FR. For real.
Okay.
So we ended up being in this space, and so God brought. I made a prayer, and this is important. I don't know what entered my mind. I said, the problem is my circle. These guys, I'm looking at all my friends who were then at that time. I said, hey, these guys are going to take. Watanipeleka kwa shimo. So I said, Lord, I'm giving up my friends. I had a little diary with my friends' numbers. I took it, tore it up, threw it away. And I said, God, give me new friends. I said, I'm starting from scratch. So I bounced all my friends.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, at something teen, you're ending my late teens, early adulthood. I'm dumping all the people who I've grown up with. These are neighborhood friends, people we'd go bashing with, whatever these are. I said, I'm cutting that out of my life. God, give me new friends.
That's amazing.
And the Lord brought these guys. So he brought Kimani,
Yeah.
he brought Emmanuel Mbevi, he brought Erica Joga. These guys are my friends till today.
Till today, born again, serving God.
Yeah.
And you dipped yourself in the Lord and in the things of God.
And because now I had a kirende, we had a a clique of, I had a different circle. I'm not tempted to now, and these guys, so two of them have never been to a bash to save their lives. So they don't know what a disco light looks
So
like.
you're the one telling them.
Yes, that this is what strobes look like. And the other one and I, we are the makers. Makers. Authors and perfecters of club life. So
God saved you.
yes. So the Lord saved us, and I think He gave me this circle of friends who kept me. So we're accountable to each other. And we would ask each other every week or every month. We did a sleepover. We go to the sleepover, we ask, okay, what is happening in your life?
Yeah.
I saw you with so and so.
Yeah. What's the story there?
What is going on? So even if you were sinning secretly, you'd be brought in there. So you have to panga your life properly so that now you say
it's not brought into the light.
I would be found out.
Yeah.
So we were accountable to each other. So that is important. I think that's an important part of the story, because without those guys,
accountability structures,
and just basic friendship, I would have gone back. But there was no turning back, and because the Lord had a calling on my life.
Right.
So then when I got to college, I discovered, so our church, you need to understand, didn't have praying in tongues. I can't remember a day when we had a prophet, like prophecy coming.
Right.
Maybe only when Barry Smith came.
Okay.
But, in a regular service, somebody stands up and say, I have a prophecy. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So maybe there was laying on of hands, but speaking in tongues, I never heard anyone. I didn't even know
that there was anything like that.
Yeah, because our church didn't teach it as mainstream or whatever.
Right.
So I said, I'm just going to pray and now look for the Lord. So I started chasing God, Pastor Kathy. I chased God. So now, Sunday is not enough.
Yeah.
I say I'm going to pray on my own.
More.
So I'm fasting 3 days, not because the church has decided, just on my own. And then I say, okay, so I made a suggestion. Can we have monthly keshas at church?
Right.
So last Friday of the month at Bapo, can we have kesha? And so then we started having keshas because other people, so because other people now, how you come, and back then you could just come to the church and then you're praying till late.
Yeah.
And so it then happened that we could go all night.
Yeah.
So it so happened that now we had all these, a bunch of people who would come and pray, but I would feel that their prayer is a bit light. So at midnight, I would leave and go outside, and then I'm walking so that I can pray loudly in tongues and nobody else is
and nobody else is distracting, or you're not distracting anyone yourself.
So what happened to me, Pastor Kathy, is that I stepped into, it's like a well of the anointing. Because of my pursuit, the Lord visited me, and so I would have personal visitations that I thought were normal. So I would have a visitation. One day the Lord visited me, and I just felt like somebody had unloaded a big barrel of oil over my, and it felt like honey. And it just came all over me. And I began to speak in tongues. Nobody laid hands on me.
To speak in tongues.
So now I'm trying to pray, but now tongues are coming out. So I'm a young adult now.
And you're by yourself.
I'm by myself.
It's you and God.
I've not had this thing called tongues. But now it's starting to come out of my mouth. So I'm now saying, demons are involved here. Because I'm finding that I'm trying to pray and it's going like this. I'm trying to pray in English. The prayer is going like this. And I'm being sort of forced to go like this. And I'm saying, what is this?
Yeah.
And I literally ran out of the room. Dripping full of this thing. This was things that would happen all the time. I thought that this happened to every believer. I thought. It's later that I found, oh boy.
You are on your own.
And so I'd have visitations, and the Lord would take me to heaven and bring me back. And then, we had angelic visitations. So those are things
The Lord
that
will take you to heaven and bring you back.
Yeah. On more than one occasion.
You would see heaven.
Yes. But I need to be careful about that, because the other one went and saw the throne, and Jesus told him he's coming on the 26th of September.
People are getting ready for 20-something of September.
Yeah. But
So somebody woke up and said, you're still here? Oh, so it didn't happen.
it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So on one of these visitations,
Yeah.
I was before the throne, and the Lord said something to me. I saw this vision, and the Lord gave me a sword. When I looked up, there was a sword. Kenyans like to say sword.
Yes.
So there was a sword, and the shaft was made of light, but the handle had all these ornate kind of jewels. And so he then gave it to me. He said, "Go. It's like I have an assignment for you, and strike the brow of the enemy." And I grabbed like this. Next thing, I was in my room like this, and I understood immediately what the Lord wanted me to do.
Right.
I had an assignment. So now I'm in college.
Yeah.
I'm studying graphic arts, so studying
So
design.
you're still a very young person.
I'm very young.
Right.
In fact, one of those days I was doing an internship at a place called the Advertising Company, and I was there, and I was walking through the hallway. And as I was walking through the hallway, I had this thought: I'm going to do design, but I have this gift of music, which is the one that I will affect most people with.
Right.
Hands down, I said my music, of course, because I'd already started writing songs. In fact, one of the songs I'd written in the midst of my struggle was this song. Here I am, Lord, I'm giving up to you. Here I am, Lord, what more can I do? Though I know that I'm not worthy, that's the way I am. Here I am, here I am. Now,
Hey, that
anybody,
is so powerful.
I was 17 or 18 when I wrote that song. That song went around. If you had CU in those days,
Yeah.
if you went to a school that had a Christian union, that song was sung. So there's people who I meet now who says, "No, that was your song." I said, "That was my song." So I didn't know about copyright, so I
Yeah.
should have recorded that song. And
Long
because
ago.
listen, we'll be doing this recording somewhere else. Let me tell you.
You know. But wasn't that the beauty of it, though?
It was
that
sincere.
you know that you could do. It was so sincere.
Yeah, it
You're
was
not
sincere.
looking for anything. You
Correct.
just want God.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that prayer began this journey for me in really discovering who the Holy Spirit is. And then somebody handed me a book by, it was Welcome Holy Spirit. Good Morning Holy Spirit. Good Morning Holy Spirit by
Benny
Benny
Hinn.
Hinn. Yeah. And so people started giving me those kind of books. I said, "Oh, this is what happened to me."
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I get it now. I'm not abnormal. Because please understand, in my church, I'm walking around saying I'm the only one who speaks in tongues, which wasn't the truth.
Yeah,
Obviously wasn't the
right,
truth. But I just
right.
didn't know anybody else at the time. So then I started going. I'd go to Titus Masika's meetings.
Yeah.
I'd go to Jokayo's meetings. I'd just go to these meetings where I know they're Pentecostals.
Yes,
So I can
they
hear other
speak in
people
tongues.
speaking in tongues.
Right.
And sense the presence of the Lord.
Yeah.
But even then, I was very committed to my church.
So this is all the time we had for you today. Guess what? We continue with this show next week, same time. This is Woman Without Limits.
If you remember at that time,
Yeah.
there was Mary Atieno,
Yeah.
and there was the Kasangas,
Yes.
and they were doing a great job.
Right.
But my generation and my people, that was,
Who could not accept it.
No.
It was the one.
you imagine you're listening to
Yeah.
Just Got Paid,
Yeah.
and then you
And
come
then you
to church, Ahadi Agwana,
Ni ngumu.
it's like,
Ni ngumu. Especially when you're coming
Yes,
from
the
like
club.
like very
Exactly.
amazing music.
yes, with strobe lights.
Yeah.
So
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Like done in a very, very powerful way.
correct, yeah.
Then coming to do you understand? Yeah.
This was not my thing. I'm sorry. And listen, there's people who now that song
Yeah.
comes on, this song really blessed me.
They cry and they
Yeah.
hear God.
That thing just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Because there was a taste in my mouth that had been developed by this thing. So there was a kind of music. I said, listen, since that music is not there in Kenya,
Yeah.
let me write it. So I now started packaging my songs with, people say, with beats.
A groovy beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the beat started coming. This is
Eh.
when now we started disagreeing
Being
with
hit.
the pastors, with the elders. But please
This
remember,
beat, this one.
This, in fact, they would say, "This is you're bringing the disco into the church."